Hey guys, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best tips and tricks for late game PvP in Roblox Bed Wars. And before we start, I just want to say thank you for the recent engagement on my past two videos, and let's get started. Okay, so these tips are going to be sorted into 4 categories. The first category is fireballs. So fireballs are really useful in many ways. So for the first tip, it is called a fireball jump. And basically there are multiple ways to use it. You can use it to boost yourself like this, and it basically gives you an advantage because it can boost you forward and you don't have to waste pearls. You can also use the fireball to cancel your fall damage. So if you're up and you like fall down, you can use it to cancel your fall damage. It's hard to master. I haven't mastered it, but when you're good at it, you can use it to cancel your fall damage. So I gotta get it. And as you can see right there, I would have taken fall damage, but I didn't take fall damage because the fireball saved it. You can use the fireball jump to run away with the boost. You can also use it to chase, like say right there, you can use it to chase and then you're here. And yeah, that is so far the fireball tips. You can also use it to stop the regen, and yeah. So the next category is going to be pearl tips, and pearls are very versatile. You can also use them to chase and to run, but there are many useful tips that can help distance yourself even more. So first up, it's called a pearl juke, and I'm going to demonstrate it. So say you're like really low, you're like 20 HP and your opponent's like right here. You basically, what you could do, throw the pearl to pearl out, and then the last second throw it to somewhere else. And as you can see, you're here and your opponent is all the way over there on the other side of the map. And this actually leads us to the next good tip. Basically, there's a trick here where if you throw your pearl at a perfect spot in the building, you can actually pearl right behind the building. And this is very useful because if your enemy doesn't know how to do this trick, they have to waste a bunch of pearls to, you know, catch you. And yeah. Okay, so the next tip are various tips with blocks, and first I'm going to start with the basic ways of building. And basically the first way of building is building pillars like this, and this pillar can help with blocking the bows. And basically you should run pillars like this when the enemy is right behind you. And there's another way of building. So when the enemy has a pretty good distance from you, you build like this over your head so that they can't bow you. And you build over your head and they can't see your head and they can't bow you from it. So those are ways to build. And more block tips that you can do is you can go down here, and there are many spots on the map where you can do this, but basically what you can do, you can go down here and you can just start building above yourself like this, and your enemies most of the time have to waste a fireball and or a pearl in order to get you. And this is very useful. You can do it on this side of the map, that side of the map, and you can also do it over here on this building. So you can kind of come back here, and you can also do it here like this, and down here if you want more room. So yeah, that is very useful because it is very hard for the enemy to chase. And yeah, more block tips include going over here and building up to the height limit. It's better to do it over here where you're lower. You build up to the height limit just like this, and then once you're pretty high, you can do this. And I recommend only doing this if you have a lot of pearls, and so you could save yourself the fall damage, and you can kind of be up here and bowing and regenerating your HP, and your enemy has to waste a pearl. Now say your enemy starts building up to you, all you have to do is bow them off their platform, and you can fireball them too. But yeah, another block tip is if you're stuck under a lip like this and it's like really, you know, barricaded, you can actually telebridge out just like this, and you can telebridge backwards. And this is also good for dodging arrows. You can keep going in different directions and dodge all the arrows. And yeah, you can also do, instead of a telebridge, if you're not comfortable with that, you could do this, or you could build like that and then build up. But you can also tell, like if you're doing this, you're running like this, you're running like this, you can also do this and then just telebridge outwards and then you're out. And yeah, those are all the block tips. Now for the final category, it's going to be tips and interactions, and there's actually quite a few. The first tip is actually to track your enemy. So basically, if you have an enemy, if you track them, you get 1 block of extra reach. So basically tracking is good, and yeah, track your enemy, and that's very good. So the next, I'm gonna kind of explain MSs. Basically, if you have a mouse and you have the software for that mouse, I highly recommend using that software. If you do not have that software, I recommend just use Speed Auto Clicker. But if you have a mouse software like Razer, Logitech, Glorious Model O, I recommend using them because they're gonna have less delay than Speed Auto Clicker. But yeah, if you don't have a mouse software, I recommend using Speed Auto Clicker. I use Glorious, and I'm gonna leak my MS. This is the MS that I have been using. I use this one too, but this one ghosts more pearls and fireballs. This one's better at not ghosting. and this one's good if it's like raw PvP. But yeah, anyways, that is MS's. More tips is actually a perfect way to KB the enemy to get a combo. Basically, what you can do is, say you're PvPing your enemy. This is obviously on my team, so it's not going to do any damage, but what you can do is bow, fireball, pearl on them, and you can get like 3 extra hits. And yeah, you have to execute this perfectly, or else it will not work. So yeah, yeah, those are all the tips, and now I'm going to be showing them off in a regular late game.